Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Couch Casuals. I'm your boy Kyle Diorio. I'm always here with my beautiful partner,
Robert Dylan Vasquez. What's up, guys?
We're here to break down UFC 326, the BMF's BMF of the BMF world.
Sure.
The greatest BMF fight ever.
Sure.
How do you feel about this card in retrospect, Mr. Robert?
Mid, dark green with seasoned stems.
Man, oh man, did some of these fights not deliver on what we expected? Entertainment-wise.
It didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like that for the first two fights.
The first two fights, they're exactly what you expected on a BMF card.
And I hate it.
Two motherfuckers getting slimed out.
It gets my hopes up because I'm like, oh man, this is going to be, a good card. It's going to be a fast card.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good card. What, 2 first-round knockouts? Or was Drew in the second
round? Right, but it was pretty early into the second round.
All
so
right, we'll get to that. Kyle, I have breaking news.
Oh my goodness.
So this last week has been a whirlwind. There's been news. This isn't the breaking news. I'll get to that in a second. But as many of you know, Ronda Rousey's back. Kyle's favorite fighter is back.
She's making appearances everywhere.
To fight Gina Carano. She just appeared on AEW, last night?
Yeah. Last night.
Francis Ngannou. He's not with the PFL anymore. Signs to fight Felipe Lins, I think is what his name is. Some janitor that used to be PFL champion.
On the Ronda card, correct?
On the Ronda card, co-main, I think, maybe, depending on how this next fight favors. On this card, this is the breaking news. You have in MMA, Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry.
What?
Just made today, less than an hour ago.
That's crazy. Mike fucking Perry versus Nate. I mean, this is a fun little non-UFC card minus Ronda Rousey.
Think about some of the biggest stars outside of the UFC. You're telling me Ronda, Nate, and Francis? You could go get a handful more, but
you're going to get eyes on that card no matter what.
This is rivaling the White House card, which that got released last Saturday night during the fights.
Can we say, or I will say, I understand why people are upset with the White House card because it was hyped up, 5 title fights.
Yeah.
But if this wasn't the White House card and this was just a regular, that's a baller pay-per-view.
It is. It's a banger.
It's a baller pay-per-view.
You can't, it's not like putting makeup on a pig, but you can't say that this is going to be the greatest card of all time. Right.
So many things get overhyped, and then they can still be good, but they don't match the hype you give it.
It doesn't have to be overhyped. Just don't say anything. Just be like, we're working on a card for the White House.
Fights fell out.
Sure.
People think it was Islam versus Ilya that fell out, possibly. John Jones didn't make the card. Love that. Connor didn't make the card.
No.
I guess he's technically... it sounds like he might actually be gearing up for a fight, though.
Sure, probably international fight week. We may see
Connor in 2026. Crazy.
In the big 2026?
In big 2026. Probably versus Carlos Prates. That seems to be the name I see the most.
You never know. I think Prates has a fight against JDM in Perth.
Does he? I don't know. That's just the name I've seen the most with the headlines. So who knows?
Connor said yeah.
It ain't Chandler.
It ain't Chandler.
Chandler's got himself a fight on the White House card.
Good on him. At least he got something after they've been dicking around. You know that old commercial where I think it's an insurance commercial or something. It's the old man with the dollar bill on the fishing rod, and he's like,
"Yep,
I got you a dollar."
You gotta be quicker than that.
That's what they've been doing to Michael Chandler for the past 3.5 years.
Dude. They've been just teasing this man with fights
But this is how you repay. You go, hey, I know all that Connor shit. We've been giving you killer after killer, but here's Mauricio Hoofy, a fighting nerd on the White House card. That's how you repay him?
Dude, there's at least 2 United States guys getting absolutely cooked on this card.
Sure.
Dude, they're about to get slaughtered. I mean, it's going to be a fun one. I can't believe Bo Nickel is on the main card again.
You don't like No Bickle, huh? You would rather...
I'm not... Look, why is he on the main card? He has no... He's...
Well,
Bo Nickel
first of all, hang on.
Dawkins is on the main card.
Hang on. It's on the main card because that's the only card. There are no prelims. There are no...
Well, then just don't put it on there then.
Why?
That is a prelim fight. That is a prelim fight.
He's one of Trump's favorite fighters. I'm surprised Derek Lewis didn't make the cut. You couldn't feed Derek Lewis anybody?
Yeah,
Bo Nickel gets Kyle Dawkins?
Anybody, dude.
Which
Bo Nickel and Kyle Dawkins.
Kyle Dawkins is no slouch. He did get cut and put back on the regionals, but I think he's on a win streak now. I think he's back and better than ever.
Just knocks him the hell out somehow. If Kyle Dawkins beats Bo Nickel, that would be beautiful, man. That would just could have been me up a little bit.
Could have been Colby. Where's Colby? Where is Colby Covington?
Yeah. Dude, I don't care. The two main events on this card are gas.
Sure.
I'm excited. You know, my boy Alex Pereira is back, and that's all I care about, dude. Poatan's back. He's about to knock Cyril Gahn the fuck out.
That's what we were saying about Tom Aspinall. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Just watch your eyes, Alex. Watch your eyes, man.
Careful of your eyes, brother. Let's talk about some other blatant rule breaking on UFC 326. Cody Garbrandt for Zhao Long in the featured prelim.
Dude, that hurt me. That hurt me, dude.
Egregious. That was insane. Three dick shots.
3.
And throws up in the cage.
Something I've never seen before. Well,
no.
I've seen it out of there's an old clip of my boy Patty the Batty. He apparently ate
he threw up like after when he won though.
Right.
Fight's over. Mid-fight, rules state if this was like a legal blow and he threw up, that's the end of the fight.
Right.
But it being an illegal shot to the groin, Herb let it continue. Crazy. I really thought it was going to be a no contest at that point or
what if
DC finish.
What if he shit his pants? Is that the same thing?
Dude, I don't know. I guess you continue the fight. If there's shit in the cage, I mean, we'll see it eventually. I'm sure we will see shit in the cages. I mean, it's bound to happen.
I've seen it on the regional scene, but
I loved the fact that Cody came out. He was hyped up, and everybody wanted to kind of go balls to the wall. Mm-hmm. The man is recovering from, at this point, his second nut shot. He's not going to have the energy to just explode. I'm glad he danced around for the rest of that round and got to win, because that shit was so heinously egregious.
It's a 3-round.
You deserve that loss.
It's a 3-round fight, right? But if you told anyone, any male, because I can't speak for the women out there, if you told any male, hey, in a 5-round fight, you're going to get kicked in the balls 3 times. In the span of 25 minutes, you're going to get kicked in the nuts 3 times. Nobody would be like, oh, cool. You don't want it 1 time. Now, shorten that 10 minutes, shorten the recovery time, and put you in there with a killer named Long, where he's just, bah, 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 and then just nut shot.
He knew he lost the round. He kept pointing down like this. He had the weirdest point down I've ever seen.
Well, he had to.
I'm glad he lost it. That shit was just so ridiculous, man. It was.
Anyways, main card opens up. Robo-cop sparks out, gets his revenge, dude. You rarely ever see that. Some guys, they just have your number. You rarely ever see revenge.
He's just clocked him out, dude. Not much to say. Not much else happened in the fight. Gregory didn't. I don't think he broke a sweat in that fight. He looked dry as hell.
What was so
Knocked
different?
him out. I don't know.
It was the opposite last time, right?
Pretty much. Maybe it's just one of those things. Something happens. Like these guys are more evenly matched than you realize, or maybe one gets lucky. You never know. It's impossible to say on the night.
Well, you have tape to go back and watch, and you go, if I just would have, slipped instead of fucking backed up, or zig when you zag,
Yeah.
So
it's just so like, what do you do? There's so many pieces to the fight. It's MMA math will never work the way you want it to.
got his get back. Shout out for Robo-cop.
Hey man, that's a point for our boy here. He picked no. We both picked Bruno. The point's coming up.
Starting off on a bad note.
Next fight, Drew Dober absolutely obliterates Michael Johnson in the second round.
Keeping the lore alive of the mythical.
Never going to break the allegations. Drew Dober seems like one of the nicest dudes in interviews too. It's got what makes it even funnier.
He's so nice.
He's like a nice guy, and he's got this ridiculous backstory in his career going on. Dude, it was fun. What do you say? Both those guys could have easily knocked each other out, and we get exactly what we expected. That was our BMF fight of the night.
Is it over for Michael Johnson? What do? You keep?
I don't know, dude. I mean, at this point in his career, he's 25-20.
God dang, dude.
He wins, he loses. He's the most just up and down fight. He's got the highest of highs and lowest of lows in the sport. This is a guy who's knocked out people like Dustin Poirier. He's lost to people like Malarkey.
His hands look fast though, man. He didn't look big at 55, but he looked fluid. His hands look fast. He looked long.
Dude, this is just the craziest. Listen to this streak he had at one point. Or it's not really a streak, but this guy beats Joe Lauzon. At the time, that's for those that don't know,
it was a credible win, yeah.
That's a very credible win. He loses to Gleason Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
He beats Edson Barboza. Loses to Dariush.
Nuts.
Loses to Nate Diaz.
Well, of course.
Beats Dustin Poirier.
Knocks him out.
Knocks Dustin Poirier out. Loses to Khabib.
Of course.
But
you must quit, brother. You must quit. I deserve
Khabib
this.
One of the hardest fights up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Then loses to Justin. He has fought killers. He lost to Josh Emmett.
The Josh Emmett one was bad, man.
Dude, it's just, this dude is all over the place. It's crazy.
Which knockout losses to Josh Emmett? You go see any of them, and they don't look like a fun time.
Some of those violent knockouts in the sport. Dude's just got dynamite in his hands.
Right. So, like I said, we both stated earlier, the fight night, the numbered event starts off with 2 back-to-back bangers. The Cody Garbrandt thing, you're kind of like, okay, well, hopefully we recover from this. It's a weird night so far, right? And then this next fight happens. Boy. Oh, that's a point for me, by the way, Drew Dober.
That is a point for him. Entertainment's about to drop. If you were here for entertainment's purposes only in the fights, watch none of the rest.
What the hell happened to Rob Font?
He got absolutely WF'd by Rosas Jr. Rosas Jr. is Mexico's Bo Nickel.
Sure.
But is better. I think Rosas is better than the Bo Nickel in the UFC.
Rosas is better at sticking to the game plan. I don't mean to interrupt you.
That's true.
Bo Nickel, he knows his ground game is so now he's using his experience to gain time on the feet. To maybe let his hands loose a little bit, let him fly a little bit more.
As much as I shit on Bo Nickel, he's leveled up quite a bit. I just don't think he deserves to be on these big cards they always present him on.
That's fair.
Rosas Jr., that's a big win. He beats Rob Font.
What was that stance? What was Rob Font think? He's really low hands.
I don't know.
Didn't throw him. Look ready for the wrestling. Ready for it. And then just.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It just didn't matter. Rosas gets his takedowns. He just kind of holds him on the ground for 3 rounds. He landed 16 of 18 takedowns.
How many punches were thrown in the first round? Hell, how many punches were thrown in the entire fight combined?
The entire fight combined, we're looking at less than 80.
I mean, what's going on, man? If you wanna wrestle, go over to RAF, Real American Freestyle. They have nothing but wrestling over there.
We can't. You can't even make that argument because this is MMA. So, like, if you want to wrestle, and your guy can't stop it and he can't do anything about it.
But damage matters. And to your point, just to that point right there, if he can't stop it, why don't you try to advance a little bit? Throw some bows, get in these positions. Who's out there teaching these guys, hey, just go lay and pray?
Hold them down.
Your stock is going to fall.
All you do, I think the most effective type of fighting in the UFC is laying on top of someone and just letting it, just holding them down. Don't even try to damage, because if you hold them down, if you can effectively hold them down for 5 minutes, you're getting that round every single time. And it's so dull. There's nothing that. It's part of MMA. I don't think there's anything that can stop it. It's going to hurt the UFC and casuals' eyes every single time, though. Every time there's a lay and pray win, it's going to hurt the UFC. So, but I mean, that's part of the sport. There's not much you can really do about it.
I don't care if you're Mexican. I don't care if you're from Ecuador, Dagestan, Slovakia. I don't care where you're from. If you're American, I don't care. Laying on somebody for 15 to 25 minutes is boring. It's
very boring.
They make videos online of dudes doing that, all the time. If you want to see mostly naked dudes lay on each other, they make websites for that. I don't want to see that in
Check
UFC.
It out.
Well, at your own discretion. Your discretion is advised.
That brings our first sponsor of the day, Surfshark VPN.
Fuck.
Dude, it was very dull. But Rosas wins. I don't think he said Chihuihuis when he won. He didn't even drop a Chihuihuis this time.
I don't know what comes out of that dude's mouth. I can't stand it.
That's very true. I love the Chihuahua. I want to hear Chihuihuis every time.
I want to hear the stadium do it. But I think he knew. I think he knew, dude.
Why? That's your calling card, bro. Chihuihuis is the only reason I want to see you on a card.
You can't Chihuihui after that. They're going to be like,
I don't get a Chihuihui. I don't want to see Raw Rosas Jr.
Sure. I don't want to see him anyways. He looks like melted clay. Anyways, this is neither here nor there. That's my personal preference. This is my personal preference.
Hateful, dude.
I don't care.
Let's go to the co-main. This fight was okay. This was a fairly sloppy fight. But Kyle Barrio did. Oh, I picked Raw, so we both got a point. Wasn't as happy about that point, clearly, but I got it. Kyle Barrio versus Rene de Ridir. Ritter has announced his move to light heavyweight.
That's crazy.
So maybe middleweight was just too much of a drop for him. He looked great last year, and then the last two fights he has looked very not so hot.
He wasn't letting it go, I think.
I don't know. Maybe the cut was just draining him too much. Maybe that many times last year. Who knows? He didn't look like himself. He barely even. I don't even know how many takedowns he went for.
Barrio's hands completely down. He might as well have been scratching his knees. That's how low they were. How do you fight with your hands that down? I know how you do it, but like. The guy goes, oh shit, I guess he's going to stuff my takedown if his hands are that low. I'm not going to throw anything. What are you doing?
Rene Ritter only lands 2 of 8 takedowns. He did land 100, or he total strikes are 111 to 71 in favor of Ritter, but like Kyle Barrio clearly had the most impactful shots of the fight. He landed some very clean straights. Just right down the pipe to Ritter's face. I mean, it just wasn't. It wasn't the most impressive performance either way. I mean, Barrio gets it done. He beats a tough guy in Ritter.
I feel like that fight would have gotten a little more acceptance if it didn't come after everybody was getting put to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, it did have a nice layup in following Rosas Jr., but like
everybody was like, we want more action. And then at the end, it started to get, spinning back kicks and the low hands drop down. And he's like, come on, let's fucking go. And it just...
it's just... When you're looking specifically for entertainment versus just... You got to remember, some of these guys are in there to get these wins, right? They want to get to the title. They want to build their career. They're going to do what they have to do to win. They're not always going to stand and bang, And
that's some meathead stuff. I just want to see the mixing of the martial art. That's fine if you can wrestle. That's fine if you want to stand and bang. Mix them a little bit, though. Don't make it a wrestling match and don't make it some slugfest. Show me some technicality. And, if you can hold a guy for 2.5 rounds, okay, well, then maybe advance to a full mount position. And if you can't, then throw up a submission. All I'm asking is for some mixing. That's all I'm asking for. Show me some jiu-jitsu.
Just a little. Yeah.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done talking about it. Let's get to this main event that delivered through and through the most badass. Dude, I texted you during. I almost turned that shit off.
Let's talk about the BMF title.
I was so mad.
Dude, at the end of the day, I understand the complaints. It wasn't the most fun watch. Charles was at least going for sub attempts. Max's submission defense was on point, but his takedown defense wasn't there, so it led to this just really dull. Charles gets the takedown at will. I mean, he was picking him up and slamming him.
Those were entertaining. Do it again.
And he was like, he was going for submissions, and he was getting them right there, and then Max was just able to get out, but that was it. Like, that was the only thing Max could do in this fight. I'm not entirely surprised with the outcome of the fight.
I broke my rule, dude. I stopped going for Charlie Olives.
I picked Charles. I expected this.
You expected this? You expected
maybe not the exact way it happened, but I expected Charles to win.
First round, what happens? Takedown. Gets his back. Hand fights for 4.5 minutes. Hand fight, survives. Okay. When I make these picks, sure, it's just fun, casual, good time with my buddy. But like, I'm sitting here going, oh no. Like, this isn't looking good for my scorecard, which whatever. Proved to be the ultimate casual. It's fine.
Yeah.
Round 2, Max is like, all right, brother. Every round starts on the feet. And then Charles just gets like this body lock and pulls him in and then just dunks him. And you're like, oh no. Like, this is going to happen again.
Dude. But it was like, so I understand both camps' arguments. Whether you defend Charles's performance, which was a dominant performance. He did what he had to do to win. He is still very much in the mix for a real title shot.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to try to get that dub no matter what is put in your way. Then you've got Max, who probably isn't fighting for a real title anytime soon.
So
is your BMF?
What do you mean? What do you mean real title?
You know what I mean. BMF is not a real title. It's never been a real title.
Can I tell you something?
You can tell me anything you want.
In those court documents with all the shit going on that the UFC has, and whether Dana is or is not within the matchmaking and all of the legal proceedings, I learned, shout out to my boy Luke Thomas, none of the titles are real. None of them. There is no lineage to there is, but like, they're just titles.
Oh, yeah.
They're just titles given on that night. No title is real, which is crazy. No, it's not like boxing. There's no title that's legitimate. It's just a placeholder, which I find is nuts. So when you say the validity of a title, none of them are real.
Yeah, that is the most ridiculous thing to claim. Every title is more realistic than the BMF title. The BMF is a placeholder for, well, we want to throw this non-title fight as the main event, but it has to be a title fight.
Fun fighters only. Charles was supposed to be a fun fighter. What
Charles
are you doing?
is a fun fighter. It's not. It happens, man. Like,
no, it doesn't.
He's trying to win.
Not in BMF lineage. It does not happen like that.
Oh, it doesn't? We haven't had bad BMF fights before?
Name one.
Jorge versus Nate, the very fucking first one.
That fight got stopped due to bloody murder. Due to bloody murder. That's fine.
Fucking cuts.
That's fine. At least
the BMF title is a joke. I've never really respected the BMF title. I appreciate the fights that they put together, but I don't think it needs that thing. And this could have just been a fight, was a main event fight, and because of the outcome, people wouldn't have been as upset.
It could have been a title eliminator like it was, though, because that's ultimately what happened.
That's all this was.
Damn it, man.
So that means I am 2-3 on this card, and you are 1-4. Charles, to ever doubt Charles Oliveira, to ever say Charles isn't a BMF, Charles is a BMF. It may just not have been your favorite performance to watch.
It was very, very dominant. I wish Max had some more. I think that's what a lot of the frustration is, because you don't want to hate Max. You don't want to hate on Max. And so you're like, fuck Charles, you just held him down. Because you don't want to be like, Max, get the fuck up. What are you doing?
Max, defend the takedown. Max, don't get thrown to the ground.
Dude, there was a point where Charles gets Max in like this face crank. When he's and I'm like, no. But, man.
Would it have been better had Max just tapped out at some point?
I wouldn't want to see Max go out like that. But do you remember years ago when the whole Tony Ferguson fiasco happened and they were going to put Max in on short notice?
Versus the one where they pull him out?
Yeah, that's the one where they pull him out. And Al Quinta ends up, fighting Habib for some weird interim undisputed title. I don't know. It wasn't undisputed because Conor still had the belt. But it's like, okay, well, Al Quinta, that's who Habib beat to win the title, which is crazy to me. But if that would have been Max, bro, it would have, earlier in his career, that was what, like 25, 26-year-old Max, something like that?
Yeah.
It would have been even worse.
Yeah, I know. Is Max big enough for 155? Is he strong enough for like real 155 competition?
He looked bigger. He looked bigger, but he didn't look as big as Charles. No.
Charles just threw him around. Like weight divisions are there for a reason.
But what are you gonna do? You're Max. You've spent most of your career at 45. It's not like you've had snooze fests at 55.
No, I think Max just continues doing whatever. Like just put him in fun fights. Put him in co-main events.
Oh, man.
Put him in some fun. Like just put him with people that are going to stand and bang.
Should there be hang on. Should there be stipulations on the BMF? This was discussed as well.
I know it's been discussed.
Some people are like,
if you're going to put a grappler in it,
right? Well, who knew that Charles was a grappler? He was a jiu-jitsu guy, but a dominant wrestling grappler, offensive grappler. I mean,
he was trying for his submissions the whole time, so like,
sure.
If you don't want to see that, don't put a guy in there whose strongest attribute is grappling or jiu-jitsu or whatever. Just only put people who are going to stand and bang. Like, I don't think there should be a stipulation. I just think the BMF is stupid in general.
Sure. Well, they can't sanction anything else like, well, they shouldn't have any rounds, or they should 3 takedowns per 15 minutes. It's like, none of that's going to fix it.
You can't stipulate this shit. It just is what's going to happen. It happens. Some of these fights are going to be like that. They're not going to be your favorites.
Whatever.
If the rest of the card was better, this may not have been as bad, but like,
all it takes, so you think, all right, Raul goes out and gets a sub in round 1 or 2. Everybody's like, all right, everybody's not like down. The fights always, fluctuate. And then DeRitter or Barrio, they go and get the submission or the knockout. This whole card. And then this fight happens the exact same way. People aren't disappointed?
They're still disappointed, but I just don't think it's as bad, maybe.
I don't see how you can get a guy, you can get a guy's back and you just do this the whole time. You hand fight the whole time. Back up. You still have the body triangle, and he did at the end. Was just throwing boom, just bow after bow.
Yeah.
And open him up to some, because he's going to want to stop the elbows more than he's going to want to stop the grips. And if you can get a dominant position like that, I just don't see how you can't take it a step further. Just a step. Like Chael Sonnen says, if you can hit a guy with your jab, you can hit a guy with your jab cross. And if you can hit a guy with your jab cross, you can hit him with the 1, 2, 3. Combination is going to be there all night. If you can post up on your elbow, then that means you can post up on your hand, which means you can get to a better advancement position. It just...
Did Max break his own rules with the point down? He said you have to be winning to do the point down.
Well, Charles, he got up, and then Charles was like, I guess I'm going to give him some space. Let's meet in the middle. And then Charles kind of got the best of him in the striking because Max was worried. Yeah. He wasn't worried about Gaethje taking him down in the last 10 seconds.
No. Max had Charles had the better of a lot of the striking, the few striking.
Because the grappling was there. Where Max has to focus on that. He can't just, okay, I guess he means it. So he was just weary, and then it's boom, boom, and you see these like powerful shots that Charles lands, and you go, I'm glad there wasn't 30 seconds left when Charles did that. Charles will put you down, bro. Charles got heat.
Charles will, dude. I understand. There's a lot of people said, why didn't Charles was clearly winning? Why didn't he? He could have probably put pressure on a little bit more. I think he was just protecting his chance he's getting near the end of his career. I think he wants another chance at a title, and so you got to do what you got to do to get that. And I can never discredit somebody who is clearly trying for a title still.
Right.
Like they're going to do what they have to do to win.
I don't hate Charlie Olives. I can't.
If anybody does because of this, you are an actual lame.
I was just disappointed because of the BMF attached to this. If there was no BMF, okay, Charles is just doing whatever to win. They've tricked me. They've sold me on this stand and bang kind of thing. They've sold me that Charles, he's going to go out there and he's going to give it his all. No, he's going to go out there and win like he should. Power to him. Yeah,
it's just, the BMF is just it's always been such a weird thing.
Don't have it. I'm so tired of these like numbered events have to have a title on the line. That's just not so. It's just not so. Like, I don't know what, like, it's an unwritten rule, I guess, or I don't know what.
It should be, but we're seeing it a lot less because we have champions taking so long off after their,
But just a title eliminator. Just do it as that. If there was no BMF, I don't think I would be as sour. I don't think the fans would be as sour, the ones that are. A lot of them feel the way that you feel and partially how I feel. It's like Charles was going to go out there and do what he needed to stay in real title contention.
Real title contention. Charles is back before Ilya. Granted, Ilya had some legal troubles he was dealing with. Dricus has a fight scheduled before Hamzat.
Right.
I believe. Who dominated him.
Did he, though?
Dricus had... he took a lot more damage than Hamzat.
Sure.
These guys are taking so long off. When's the last time we've seen Islam? I don't even remember Islam JDM. When was that? I don't know.
October?
JDM's going to be back. JDM's back before Islam. These guys who are getting dominated are coming back quicker. We have fighters like, and I get it. They're defending their title. They have to be 100% or they're not going to fight. If they're at 95%, they're pulling out or they're waiting.
Well, if you listen to fighters like Dominic Cruz, almost no fighter goes in 100%. It's just what's inhibiting you. And these guys that are staying on top, if we're going to go casual, in WWE terms, there have been champions that have had 2 title defenses and been champion for like 1,300 days.
And everybody hates that.
Everybody hates it, but it's whatever they can do to stay on top. So in UFC, it's like, oh, he was champion for such and such days. What a devastating reign on the division. It's like, Yeah, but he's fighting once every year and a half or once every year.
Yeah.
Is he really
It's
the guy?
ridiculous.
Is he really the guy?
UFC has some like issues at the moment that they're not as like when we started this show back in like I don't even remember. It's been years now.
Yeah.
But like remember 2020, 2021, it felt like peak UFC. We had people like Israel and Kamaru Usman defending every other month. And now it just feels like they're either struggling to get these guys on cards. There's always somebody falling out. There's always this. There's always that. They're not. UFC is not always putting forward the best of the best. Diego Lopez getting another title shot. Why?
So that's the problem I have with this whole Zuffa boxing thing is like, Dana, he's calling out boxing. Oh, the best isn't fighting the best. I'm going to change. I'm going to come in. I'm going to take over boxing. Not knocking Dana. I really like Dana. But you can't say that he's 100% telling the truth because that you're not even doing that in the UFC.
You're not doing that in the UFC. You're putting on what brings the most casual eyes or potentially the most casual eyes. The more you do that, the more you're going to hurt your sport overall. How do you build up these casual stars? You got to put them in with the best.
Let
someone come out organically.
Right. I love Patty. But when number 6 is fighting number 1 for the interim title, you're kind of going, well, despite history, don't give a fuck about history. Yeah. Who's number 2?
That's not the best of the best at the moment. One of the few guys that does kind of take any fight, it seems, and is always game right at the moment is someone like Alex Pereira.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in there with a guy they finally broke down and gave Ankalaev the title shot. He does lose. What does he do in the rematch?
Wipes the floor with him.
Wipes the floor. And that just builds Alex even more, man.
Because he didn't duck
these guys willing to just fight.
But what do you think that is? Like, why? What is?
I think it's a lot of behind the scenes. It's partly the fighters, partly the UFC matchmakers, partly just trying to get these casual
Kyle.
viewers.
All right, Kyle. You're our champion at 170, right? Right, jacked to the gills. You're our champion. We're gonna offer you $500K to show, $500K to win. You go, okay. Next, you win. Got your smooth mill, right? And that's if you're doing like top numbers, right? And I don't know how this Paramount model is. Next, I'm gonna give you $510K to win, $510K to show. You go, well, no, I think I'm worth more. So you don't fight for an entire year when you could have just been like, all right, cool. It's these guys that sign these contracts. If you fight 3 or 4 times or you're fighting out your contract and you're successful, which hope you are, but it's like you could be making 3 times what you made in 1 year, and then they're begging for more money in general, like, oh, MMA fighters are underpaid because they're not fighting. They're not taking advantage.
There, but there are definitely some discrepancies in MMA pay.
Conor Benn should not be getting $15 million for
any argument the UFC has goes away with the payment of Conor Benn. That is insane.
You ever seen a Conor Benn fight?
No. How many people have? I mean, not being disrespectful. We're on a UFC show. How many people have seen a Conor Benn fight? How many people have seen a Ilia Topuria fight? An Alex Pereira fight?
Sean O'Malley
fight. I mean, right now UFC it's going down. I still love it, but you can very clearly see some issues, some chinks in the armor, some cracks are showing in the UFC's model.
How do you not think about that when you're getting into boxing? You're like, I'm going to sign the top guys. And you go, okay, well, you know that you're the monopoly in MMA and you have all the top guys. Like
I hope one of these other promotions can become genuine competition to the UFC.
I don't know, man.
Because genuine competition is the only thing that makes these companies care ever.
this MMA card on Netflix with Ronda, and I hate it for you. I love Ronda, but I hate it for you that this new MMA entity and MVP and Netflix, it's a one-off. It's a one-off, but it is very quickly rivaling that of the UFC White House card. Of course, people are going to watch the White House card maybe as much, but you're talking about Netflix versus Paramount. Netflix.
Let's look at it. Ronda versus Gina Carano.
These ladies haven't fought in a combined 17 years.
Yeah. Gina Carano's last fight was before
2009?
Ronda's first fight.
God.
Which is, it's a bit of a kind of a spectacle freak show fight, whatever you want to call it. It's not a freak show. They were great.
Mm-hmm.
But it is spectacle, right? But then you've got Francis Ngannou versus whoever. It doesn't even really
Felipe
matter.
Lins. But yeah, it doesn't matter. He could fight a mop and people would watch.
You're going to have Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry.
You need
that card?
You need more sauce. You need a little more sauce. But that card already...
Sauce. It's better than some pay-per-views we've had from the UFC this year.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. You better get a grip on it, dude. You can't do Power Slap, Zuffa, and UFC all by yourself. And no. I know it's not Dana.
It's just shit about Power Slap. Let's cut that shit right on out of here.
The new gen, it's the same show. Like it's rinse and repeat with this Power Slap shit. It's
they
either
slap each other.
It's a huge fat guy with a beard, or it's two chicks that look like they have rival stands at a flea market. Like there's not much to it. They stand there and they get slapped silly, and they either go down or they don't. Which, if we were there, I feel like we could feel the magic more. I've just seen.
I'm sure it'd be like kind of fun to be at an event, but like
whether it's YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, okay, well, collectively over all platforms, they might be doing big numbers, but that's just because it's easily digestible and it's 30 seconds.
It's a viral moment. It's not a product anybody cares about.
Right. Well, not with, like, their whole heart. Nobody's like, I'm going to be the Power Slap champion. Power Slap! Hey, Kyle, you want to come over on Friday and watch the Power Slap?
Dude, let's... Big Hawaiians is fighting... Tank Abbott on Power Slap.
It just doesn't do anything for me as an MMA fan, as an amateur boxing fan, as a professional boxing fan. It doesn't do anything for me because the saying is hit and don't get hit. In MMA, that's applicable. In boxing, that's applicable. But when you're just standing there, you got the little floaty or whatever, the little dildo that they hold.
Just hold on and hope you don't get knocked out.
Boom! And it's either this. It's this. It goes slap, and the guy goes, chalk just all over his fucking cheek.
Yeah.
Or you have the guy that just goes, and boom! And you just...
It's not even really a slap. It's like just an open palm hit to like your neck. You're like... When the coin flip or however, how do they determine who slaps first? It's a coin flip. It's something random.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. I don't fucking know.
When that is more important than anything else, it's just lame.
You know what they should do? You know those like punching bag machines, right? They should each slap that, get the reading. And then there's like a robot that's going to have that exact PSI that slaps them both at the same time. And then whoever goes down, goes down.
They should just swing at the same time.
Well, see, that's
in the middle.
That's what I was thinking, but you're going to have the guy with faster twitch, muscle twitch.
Well, maybe if you're quicker, maybe you're not as strong. Maybe like that's not as powerful of a shot.
But then you can't tense up and you can... It doesn't make sense.
Stupid.
Where's the show? Where are the couch casuals of MMA? Where is the show gone? If we don't talk about MMA, we don't have anything. I joke, I'll watch Zuffa, yeah, but I don't want to talk about that shit.
About to be couch casual double E, which is also facing its own fan backlash over a lot of things.
Well, of course. Why the fuck is WrestleMania in Saudi next year? Why? Can you just not with the oil money shit? Can you just not?
We don't need that. I mean, it could be anywhere else. France,
you have the
Puerto
sexiest,
Rico.
you have the sexiest divas in the world, and I realize it's not about that. It's not about that. Head to toe in like spandex, and you're like, this is still kind of revealing, guys. What is with this whole moral code of like, well, the women can't show skin. All right, well then stand up for them and don't fucking put shows there. We've gone on a tangent, dude. What is wrong with TKO? Why are their ears closed to all of us? It feels like that.
It does. They don't listen to us.
They don't care about ticket prices. They don't care about location. Dude, they don't care about the best fighting the best.
Ticket prices have dropped so much. How far have WrestleMania tickets dropped?
Well, because you have imbeciles that are going to pay for that shit.
Well, no, people have not been.
Oh, you're talking about
WrestleMania has not been selling very well this year. The dropped. It's not as much as I was thinking, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
You have people taking out second mortgages on their house to sit front row to a product that ultimately doesn't deliver. Fool me once, you know.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. You can't keep feeding people shit and telling them it's filet mignon. You can't.
So what's next for the couch casuals? UFC 328?
7.
327? I cannot... These numbers.
Well, before we do that,
it should be fun.
It should be fun. And before we get into that, Sean Strickland versus Hamza. What are your thoughts on that?
That's pretty crazy, man. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Can Sean get it done again? Can he become a 2-time champ?
He probably gets tapped, to be honest.
Dude, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Which one's that for? 328.
Right before the White House. Right before the White House. And you know that press conference is going to be crazy.
Yeah, that press conference is going to be rowdy.
They're going to cut his mic.
Sean's going to talk about standing and... Oh, we're going to go to war. We're going to stand and bang.
Listen, guys. Here's the thing about Hamzat. Is he's fucking friends with a fucking drug lord, and you never know what fucking thing is gonna... It's like...
He almost died to a cold. That's going to be mid.
Oh, let's talk about the goat fucker, guys. See, here's the thing about fucking goats, guys, is you have to shear them before you fuck them. It's just like...
Hamzat's going to get up and, like, try to take him down on stage.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, Hamzat gets in the most back... This dude's a psychopath. He gets in the more backstage fights than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, easily.
Just with anybody. It doesn't even matter if they're on remotely the same plane of competition or weight class or... Did you look at me the wrong way?
Brother, I kill you.
I kill you, brother.
Here's the thing about the Quran, guys. They fucking...
Oh, dear God.
Oh.
Don't even. That's gonna get bad.
Oh God, but yeah, man.
Does this have the potential to be as nasty as Conor and Khabib?
Yeah, absolutely. Except for Hamzat's he's not gonna be humble. He's not gonna.
No, he's not gonna.
He's gonna kill Sean. He's gonna kill him.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna be very bad.
327 should be fun. We are going to do a breakdown for that on our next show, UFC 327 pre-show. Kyle, any thoughts? Any thoughts about the world of MMA, boxing?
Let's just hope.
TKO.
You know, I love combat sports. I'm just hoping, you know, there's still a lot of great fighters. Let's just bring back the best of the best.
If you want to see Stand and Bang 1FC on Amazon, they do Muay Thai in 4-ounce gloves. Strictly Stand and Bang. If you want to see that.
Boom.
Just letting y'all know. Anything else?
Well, folks, I think that'll do us today. We love you.
You are watching the Couch Casuals. We'll see you later.